What's up, y'all? This is On Point with Miss Britt. I know it's been forever, y'all, but I decided to come out of retirement, week one, let's get it. So I'm gonna do a quick little video of a recap as far as my thoughts as well too. So let's get into it. So first of all, I just want to address, everybody was hyping up Texas, hyping up Arch Manning. Paul Feinbaum said that they was gonna blow us out in the shoe. Come on now, be for real, be for real. I just want to shout out Matt Patricia's defense. They had 4 stops. 2 of them were in the red zone. And then also, special shout out to Tim Walton. He got them boys in the backfield right. A certain somebody, y'all noticed a certain somebody didn't get no flags. Just saying. And then as far as offensively, yeah, we got to work on some things. Like our run game, we only had 77 total rushing yards. And, you know, Julian was shaky at first, but he did have that 40-yard touchdown pass to Carnell Tate. So, but we do, and then the O-line gave up 0 sacks. They had that one Texas lineman on skates. That was funny. So we got a lot to work on with that. And then as far as Texas, Arch Manning, he's the front runner for the Heisman, all this and that, but yet he was 9 for 15, had 38 yards heading into the 4th quarter. Now that's trash right there. So I know Texas, they're going to go back. They're going to try to figure it out. This is only week 1. I'm sure Texas is going to get it together, and we may see them again in the future. Now let's get into it with Alabama and Florida State, child. So first of all, Florida State ended Alabama's 23 winning streak in season openers. Florida State also was 13.5-point underdogs, and they ended up putting belt to ass 31-17. Let's talk about that. Alabama's in trouble, y'all. They in trouble. They're going to have to, I don't know what they're going to do with their head coach, but they are in trouble. So that's all my thoughts on that. We're going to circle back. We're going to see what happens the rest of the year, and we'll circle back on that later. And the next blowout, Boise State versus South Florida. It was a wrap when South Florida's receiver, Keyshawn Singleton, caught that 45-yard pass on the fake punt. It was over. And then Boise State, they lost 3 fumbles, and they failed to convert on 4th down 3 times in South Florida territory. So it was just all bad for them, and they lost 34-7. They looking real different without Ashton Jainty. They, you know, last year they ran the ball a lot. This year, I mean, it's looking real slow for them. Now, LSU Clemson. So this is the first time that LSU won a home opener since 2019 when Joe Burrow led LSU to a national championship. So it's looking like they took down Clemson 17-10. Now they're all of a sudden they saying that, you know, this could be a championship team. Pump the brakes now. We'll see. And last but not least, the Miami versus Notre Dame game. That low-key irritated me. But let's talk about that nice one-handed catch by C.J. Daniels in the end zone for a touchdown. Oh, and then you notice Carson Beck, if y'all didn't know, Georgia transfer, he ain't throw no picks. He might be looking a little bit better. He ain't throw no picks the whole game. And then I think Miami got a tight end that's been there for 7 years. We gonna address that in another video. How some of these players been in college for far too long. Why is you still there? And then at the end of the game, first of all, when Miami kicked that field goal, I knew it was over. And then Notre Dame, they ended up with that false start penalty, backed them up to their own 24. 5 seconds left. The clock ran out. They didn't even get the ball off on time. I knew it was a wrap from them. So Miami ended up winning 27-24. And then, of course, there was a lot of blowouts. Penn State, I mean, the rest of these teams, they pretty much played cake. It was a cakewalk for them. So I already knew it was going to be a blowout. Penn State blew out Nevada 46-11. Georgia blew out Marshall 45-7. And then speaking of Georgia, they say their quarterback is 21, but I heard He drives a 1984 pickup truck with 300,000 miles. That don't sound like 21 to me, and he don't look 21 either. But I'm going to take their word for it. Oregon beat Montana 59-13. And then Monday night, Bill Belichick's first start at UNC, debut head coach. They got blown out by TCU 40-7. I blame his girlfriend, because why was she on the sideline? She don't need to be out there. So I put the blame on her. And then I want to touch on one last thing. The Tulane versus Northwestern whole controversy, how Northwestern denied their right to wear their white jerseys so they can honor the 2005 team that played after Katrina. Y'all know y'all was wrong for that. So Tulane sent a message, 23-3. Y'all could have let them wear them jerseys. That's all I got for y'all today. This is like short, quick, to the point. We're going to get more into it as the season comes by, but this is week 1. People are trying to figure it out, and we'll go from there. But I'm pleased with what we doing. I'm pleased with my team. We good over here. Now we number 1. I don't like being number 1 because now we got a target on our back, but I mean, we did beat the number 1 team, so it is what it is. Next week, it's kind of looking a little slow. People are playing, cupcake teams. But the biggest game is Oklahoma versus that team up north, obviously. And obviously, I'll be watching that. So I'll give y'all my thoughts with that. And then, real quick, back to Texas. So Texas next week plays San Jose State. Watch Arch Manning have a great game, and they're going to hype him up all over again. That's all I got to say. So make sure you follow my IG, my YouTube at @on_pointsports614. Like and subscribe, and I'm out.